Why Warren Buffett prefers index funds. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest and most respected investors in the world, has a secret so simple it could change the way you invest. And it's not a hot stock tip. It's not a complex trading strategy. It's something much more powerful, something that's helped Buffett build a fortune over decades. Can you guess what it is? Come on, take a guess. Do you think it's real estate? Cryptocurrency? A stock that's going to the moon? Well, hold that thought because you're about to find out. The Warren Buffett philosophy. Buffett has always said, the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. In other words, it's about long-term strategy. And his favorite tool? Index funds. Why does Buffett, with all his knowledge and resources, prefer something so simple? Could it be that the complexity of individual stocks and high-risk bets is actually a trap? Let's dive into why he swears by them. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this investment strategy is so powerful and how you can apply it to your life without needing to be a financial genius. Why Buffett prefers index funds. First, let's understand what an index fund really is. Imagine owning a tiny piece of hundreds or even thousands of the best companies in the market. You're not betting on just one company or stock. Instead, you're investing in an entire index that tracks the performance of the stock market as a whole. Think of it as owning a basket filled with the best fruits of the market. No single fruit can spoil the basket. Now imagine the time and effort you'd need to research, buy and sell individual stocks, not to mention the stress of watching the market daily, hoping you're making the right move. But with an index fund, you don't have to worry about picking the winners. You let the market do the work for you. Seems a bit too easy, right? Well, don't get ahead of yourself because there's more to it. The power of simplicity. Here's where it gets good. You see, Buffett has always advocated for simplicity. Instead of trying to outsmart the market, he lets it work its magic. Buffett once said, "My advice to the average investor is to buy a low-cost S&P 500 index fund." And the beauty of this strategy, it's a proven winner. Historically, the S&P 500 has averaged a return of about 7 to 10% per year. While that's not a get-rich-quick scheme, it's steady and reliable growth over the long term. Imagine your future self looking back, wishing you had started investing in an index fund today. Don't let that regret haunt you in a few years when you realize you could have been building wealth effortlessly. Sounds great, but there's a catch. What happens when everyone else is jumping on the latest trend? Should you follow them? Or should you stick to the Buffett way? Let's break it down. How index funds protect you from market chaos. Let's talk about volatility. The market can be a wild ride. It can go up and it can crash down hard. But here's the thing. While individual stocks might experience major swings, index funds smooth out the ride by diversifying across many different companies. When the market crashes, individual stocks can take huge hits. But index funds, because they track the entire market, recover much faster. You're protected from the chaos, but you still benefit from the recovery. Remember when everyone was saying, buy tech stocks last year? And then, boom, some of those stocks plummeted? Yep. That's exactly why diversification is key. The long-term strategy. Now let's talk about something even more important, patience. The true magic of index funds lies in the fact that they reward long-term investors. Buffett has a simple philosophy: buy and hold. No panic selling, no market timing, just steady investing over time. If you think about it, Buffett's strategy is about being patient, not impulsive. He understands that wealth doesn't come from quick gains. It comes from consistency, time, and trust in the system. It's like planting a seed and waiting for it to grow into a towering oak tree. Want to know how you can apply this exact strategy, even if you're starting with just $100? I'll tell you how in just a moment. Getting started with index funds. So how can you start investing like Warren Buffett? The good news is that you don't need to be a billionaire to get started. With platforms like Vanguard, Fidelity, or Charles Schwab, you can invest in low-cost index funds with as little as $100. Start small, invest regularly, and let the power of compound growth work for you. Over time, your wealth will begin to grow. and you'll be on your way to achieving financial freedom, just like Buffett did. The most successful investors don't overcomplicate things. They stick to simple strategies that work year after year. Warren Buffett has proven it, and now it's your turn. So, are you ready to stop chasing the latest stock tips and start building wealth the Buffett way? If you want to learn how to make your money work harder for you, click on this next video. You'll discover the next step in your financial journey. The secret to wealth building. Remember, it's not about being the smartest in the room. It's about making the right moves and making them consistently. You've got this. Now let's get to work.